Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Check it out with Carmella-T. I would love you to subscribe if you haven't, and if you have, thank you so much. So today I am going to show you how to measure if you're making a crocheted hat, and a couple of things to consider. And in my next video, which I'll be doing later today, I will be showing you what to do if you make the hat too small or too large. And so there's totally ways to fix that. But let's get started with the measuring, because it's not difficult at all. And I'm going to give you the typical measurements also. But if you have a styrofoam head, you can use this to certainly get started. But if you have a person you want to make the hat for, and you can get them to measure their head, that would be super good. So you're going to start from the front of the forehead, and you're going to go straight around the back of the head. Now the head is an oval shape, so you want to make sure you're going straight around the back. And you can see this one measures 20 inches. So this is small, okay, but this is how it goes around the back. And you know, as your head comes out towards the back, that's an important, you don't want this measurement to slip down around the neck, because then it's going to be a completely different measure. And you don't want it too far up here either. So you want to go straight, get centered in the forehead, and go straight around. So now if you're not able to get a measurement, the measurements for women are typically small, 20 inches around diameter. 21-inch around is also small woman, or that could be considered a junior size too, you know, for an older teenager. 22 is an average size for a woman's hat, for their head, 22-inch diameter around. 23 is considered large. If you're making for a man, they're going to be between 22 and 24. Generally, they are 23. So if you're not sure, and you take that little guesstimate, and you're making for a woman, 22 is a pretty good average size. If you know the woman is large, if she's tall, if she's a large woman, make it 22 and a half or 23. You know, be on the safe side, because you can always take it in. And as I said, the next video I'm going to show you how to do the fixer-uppers there if you need to. Now, a couple of things to consider when you're making a hat. As you go along and you learn what your yarns are like, whether they're stretchy, what the tension is like, how they work, if they unravel easily, or if they're difficult to work with, you're going to learn your yarns. And there's certain yarns you're going to always want to get, and then there's others you're just going to try out. So what you want to do, in my opinion, is you want to put a swatch together first, especially if you're just starting out. And a swatch is just a test piece. And that way you can see how it looks with the different stitches. And a swatch is nice because as you're going along, if you want to mess around with some stitches and learning how to do the stitches, you can do that on this piece, on your swatch. And you're not starting out in your mind that, oh, this is my hat and I cannot do anything else. This is testing it. Now, the other thing a swatch does is it allows you to stretch it and see what that looks like. See what that tension in that gauge looks like, because that's important. If it stretches a lot, that you totally want to consider that in measuring for your hat. In other words, if let's say you want to make a 22 hat, and the stretch actually has elastic in it or something that's making it real stretchy, but you love the color, you love the yarn, you want to work with it, then you really want to work with a measurement maybe an inch less. If it's not stretchy, hardly much at all, you want to make sure as you're doing your stitches and you're going along, you want to keep measuring. I highly advise that, because that's, if you do a lot of crocheting and you wait till you get to where you think it's 10 inches or 11 inches or whatnot, and it starts to curl or it's bulging, and it's not behaving the way you want it to behave. This way, as you're going along and you're measuring it, you can see what those stitches look like. You can lay this flat and you can see that they're well balanced, that they look good, that they didn't bunch up as you're going along. So you want to stop and measure as you're going along. And for a hat, this piece, and I'm going to show you when we make a full hat, which I will be doing that very shortly with you. But this piece, the round flat piece of the hat that you're making, if you're making a hat that's 20 inches in diameter, this piece, you want it to come out 10 inches. And then you start rounding or pulling and then adding chains and then tightening it up basically. So rounding it as you go down. So, and I will show you more of that. Essentially, hats are very easy to make, and many people do them by eyesight as they're going along. They don't even do their swatches. I will go about this far with a swatch, and if I like it, I like how this yarn is behaving and it's measuring nicely, and I have a little ½ inch to pull out is fine, even up to an inch. But if it's really loose and it's something that I don't think is going to fit good as a hat, I won't use it. This is as far as I go. So excuse me. Anyway, that's a few things I wanted to give you as tips to start your hat. And if you have any questions, please ask me. I'm more than happy. Just throw them in the comments. I am more than happy to answer them. This way I know what people are looking for. And I try to keep it very simple because you have to use your creativity as you're going along to solve your problems and to really get to know the yarn. And I really believe that. That's how I learned. And you can make it as perfect as you want. You want to get as creative as you want. At least you know how to work your stitches and what your yarn is behaving like. So I hope that helps, and you have a wonderful day, and we have another couple of videos coming up on the hats. Thank you.